Hi, welcome to the channel. Today's video is from Joe Rogan, and this is Joe Rogan reacting to Charlie Kirk being assassinated. Yeah, this hits hard. It's home. I've never met Charlie Kirk before. I don't even know him. Just watching a couple of his videos and all that. But so we're going to check this together. Um, Yeah, and I'll love your thoughts and your contribution in the comments below. Let's dive right in. Wow.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
So this just happened. We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot.
It's fucking awful.
And is he
Yes.
dead?
No, I don't think so.
That's what was just
One of the guys out there just said it was
spoken
confirmed that he's dead.
in the lobby was just
I was looking. I've been looking. I haven't seen anything that said confirmed.
Whoa.
murder for having a different opinion from somebody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Different ideology from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Beliefs that didn't
Who did
align.
it or-
Yeah,
I'm
He's
sorry?
dead?
Yep.
Rest in peace.
We're in
Fuck.
Fox News.
Jesus. 27 years old, maybe? 30?
Do they even have a suspect?
I don't know. Well, that's why I don't. I'm literally trying to track it all on Twitter, and it's all.
Fuck. Nobody deserves it. He doesn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
So were you saying that MSNBC had a crazy take on it? What was their take?
I mean, I'm literally just reading Twitter, so I didn't see the video. I just saw people talking about tweets of it. I'll pull it up though. Let me see.
Let me just say this. See, that's the reaction there, live reaction. It makes you human, right? It makes you human. Myself, when I first heard it, I told myself, like, this is not possible, it's not real. Maybe it's it's not possible. Maybe, just maybe it's gonna survive. But when I saw the video, that's the most gory video. To see the blood gushing out of his neck. See, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. You didn't. And it's just so sick that or would think that this is worth celebrating. I always say we are allowed to have thoughts of opinion. It doesn't mean it should end the way it did. And what were his last words? Gang violence. It's only question. Somebody asked him. I'm a firm believer of if you are not ready to hold a civil conversation with somebody you disagree with, then don't be there. Don't go there. Because if you think you deserve freedom of speech, then why do you think the person you don't agree with doesn't deserve the same right as you, or doesn't deserve freedom of speech, the same freedom or right to speech you deserve? You're allowed to think for yourself, right? You're allowed to express your ideology. And you think the person you disagree with is also not allowed to express his own ideology? It makes no sense. It honestly doesn't. I've told myself that I wasn't going to talk about this. Or I just couldn't. I've not been able to sleep. This is somebody I don't even know. I've not been able to sleep since I heard it. Couldn't sleep. I just couldn't fathom. And when it dawned on me that it is real was when I saw body being moved. That's when I told myself, I sort of like told myself, just be a dream, or maybe a miracle would happen. But no, it's real. And everyone is touched by this. You don't have to know Charlie for you to be touched by this. But there are some people who are so inhuman and vile. I think this is the moment to celebrate because you don't agree with him. If you don't agree with him, don't think anybody is forcing anybody to agree with everybody. We're human and we're allowed to think for ourselves. We're allowed to have constructive disagreement, but it doesn't have to result to violence. Violence is not the answer. But yeah.
Fuck.
And even now, they could have taken it down.
It was a tweet or a video?
I'm doing the show while I'm trying to figure out.
Right, no, I understand.
I think they were live on the air and people clipped what they were talking about. It's not a tweet. It's not on their Twitter account or anything.
So it's someone's hot take.
So, live in the moment.
Yeah, that's a crazy take. Crazy take is that. What was the take, that they deserved it?
That's why I didn't want to pair.
Right.
Here you go.
I saw the video too.
Dave Portnoy reposted this.
You found it? All right, here. Put it.
It's only 10 seconds.
Which a shooting like this happens.
You can put the headphones on. You can hear
Yeah,
it.
and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
That's what the crazy thing was.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, if it was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration.
What? Someone shot their gun off in celebration and killed him.
You shoot celebration guns in the air.
Oh, God.
Just,
what a crazy take. Like, it might not have been someone assassinating someone for the wrong opinion.
huh.
Fuck.
You get
Well, why does something like that have to be spun?
Their ideology.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's like...
I mean, they want to try to pin it on a Trump supporter with
Of
a
course.
crazy Trump supporter with a gun.
Right.
Going wacky.
Of course.
We don't know if it was a supporter shooting off a gun in celebration. Because, you know, they do.
Right,
A lot
yeah.
of folks are just
Of course, yeah.
constantly out there shooting off guns at large
course.
gatherings in celebration.
Yeah, 4th of July, you can't leave your house.
What the fuck?
No, that is... That's a... Wow.
There's going to be a lot of people celebrating this. It's...
I saw lots of people tweet celebrating this. How can you be so vile? Celebrating the demise of another human. How can you be so vile? And don't get me started, or don't even bring that talk to say, oh, do you think if he were someone else? Say, listen, you have to be very wicked and vile, evil, for you to look at somebody, especially if you saw that video. Because I did not just watch one part of the video. I watched every angle, saw every angle. And if you watched any part of the video, whether you agree with him or not, and the first thing that came to your mind was to say or to celebrate or to say whatever that is. I don't want to repeat that word because Charlie doesn't deserve that. What? No human, not even your enemy, deserve that. What does the Bible say? What does the Bible say? Love your neighbor as you love thyself. Even when Jesus was laid on the cross, what miracle did he? When the Pharisees came to arrest Jesus, when his disciples brought out the sword to cut off the one of the soldiers' ear, what did Jesus do? right there when he was about to be arrested. Jesus practiced love even on the cross of Calvary. Most human, most human, most human. Thinking another human being deserves this, you have to be very vile and evil for you to think that. No human, not even your enemy, deserve that type of death. Took the words out of him before he could finish it.
So scary. It's so dangerous too
It is.
to celebrate or to in any way encourage this kind of behavior from human beings. He's not a violent guy who's talking to people on college campuses. Wasn't even particularly rude. Who's tried to be pretty reasonable with people.
Yes. And apart from that, is letting you think freely for yourselves. Of course, when you have a conversation, sometimes there are going to be arguments. But is it coming from a place of hate or coming from a place of love? Because the last time I remember that as much as all of us are human beings, individuals, we're allowed to think freely for ourselves. I know for sure that us as human beings, you can have a friend and the both of you would not always agree on a particular issue or a particular subject or a particular topic. And that's what makes your friendship unique, because you sort of respect this person's stance and understand where this person is coming from without thinking that the next thing is to, because the both of you disagree on something, then that is the end of friendship, end of your relationship, just because of one argument. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You don't just say you want the right of freedom of speech, but the next thing you're taking someone else's right of freedom of speech. So why do you think you deserve and the other person doesn't? Why?
Everything I saw seemed reasonable.
He's very intelligent.
Saw seemed reasonable.
He's a very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with him or don't. Beings. He's not a violent guy who's talking to people on college campuses. Wasn't even particularly rude. Who's tried to be pretty reasonable with people.
Everything I saw seemed reasonable.
He's a very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with him or don't. And there's a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with him on. That's
Sure.
fine.
Exactly.
You're allowed to disagree with people without
Right.
celebrating the fact they got shot.
But you can't disrespect his
Thank you.
passion.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
what you're supposed to do with a guy like that, if you're opposing him, is debate him.
Right.
Have a
Thank
conversation where
you.
your argument is more compelling than his.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what people should be celebrating. Discourse. We used to do that.
Do some homework and bring it to
Yeah.
the table.
Table.
Yeah, it's
know?
horrible. It's horrible. This podcast
Fuck.
has been a lot about violence, man.
It has,
Yeah.
but not this kind.
Not this
No.
extent.
I'm sorry, not something so in the moment right now from
Yeah.
someone this current
Yeah.
that we see and are aware of daily, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of those young influencers, right?
Yeah.
This time from the right, who is all over social media, always doing these various shows and debating
Campostor.
people and talking to people and giving speeches. And
Sure.
yeah. No one deserves this, folks.
At
No
all.
one that has different opinions. No one deserves that.
No,
This is horrible.
no.
It is. It's horrible.
But I know people are going to celebrate it because this is a fucked up time, and people have really fallen into this trap of us against them.
But it's also going to make people not want to be as courageous or not want to be as forthright with the things they believe. It's gonna put people on guard.
It could. It
know?
also could.
It could do the opposite.
Yeah.
It could
I
be,
get that, but there's also going to be that sort of
Self-preservation.
ingrained thing now.
You're correct. Yeah.
And and just going through the whole New York thing. I just sometimes there's a crowd and it's all love. It's all love, and all they want is is your signature or a photo or this and that. But there's so much of those moments where you're spent looking down.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking down the entire time.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody wants to shoot me. I don't think that's kind of out in the world, right?
No.
But it's the type of shit that just lives in the back of one's mind.
Yeah.
Because how could it not?
How could it not?
And
yeah.
then
That's just evil. And it was all love. And I want to believe that whatever he was doing or sharing was coming from a place of love. Because people be like, oh, he said this, he said this. You as an individual, haven't you said something sometime in your life and then look far back and be like, well, I'm not coming from that place anymore. Or you didn't know enough. You just said it because you thought you were right. But some people just believe I'll be like, oh, because this person stance is on this and I don't agree with this person, then this they have to label the person to be something. It makes no sense. If you don't agree with somebody automatically, the person doesn't have to be a racist or be racist or be bigot or whatever name you want to name it. It's called disagreement for a reason. And you're allowed to agree to disagree. Sometimes you might never come out to a conclusion and everybody's going to go their way. Digest what just happened, sleep over it, come the following day, smile, all smiles, and walk your way. I wish people would continue to practice that and understand that yes, we are allowed to have agreement or disagreement. If you say, listen, let me tell you, if you only hold conversations with only people you agree with, you're not hanging around the right people. Let me just tell you that. You're not hanging around with the right people because the right people would tell you when, or will not be afraid to tell you when you've done something wrong or when it's not going that way. And it's coming from a place of love. See, it's different, is different, right? If people disagree with you and it's coming from criticism rather than telling you, oh, I don't agree with your stance on this. Can we talk about this? Or like coming from a place of love to be like, okay, why did you say this? What's up? I want to understand why. I want to have a deeper understanding. And the both of you have a conversation. And still, regardless, you never come on a conclusion to say, okay, this is the reason why I said this, or this is the reason why my stance is on this. But still, it's all coming from a place of love. This is where I'm coming from. And if this is how I think, then this. Because tell me why you only think you want to have conversations with only people you agree with. We are human beings. We evolve. Right? We evolve. No human being deserved it. Charlie Kirk did not deserve this. May you rest in peace and may the Lord comfort his family. Send the comforter to his family. That is what they need. And for those people who are celebrating, say asking if the bullet is okay, if the gun is okay. I'm just praying for your heart right now. May you find Jesus. Let God visit you. So you embrace love in your heart. That is what you deserve. Love. Bible said, don't give hate to hate. Give it love. You need love. You need Jesus.
and then a thing like today, and you're like, okay, that's why it's in the back of our minds.
Yeah. Well, it's, when we were talking about assassinations earlier, whether it's Kennedy or RFK or, you think of them in the past. You think of them like you don't, when something happens in the current, like right now with this one with Charlie Kirk, it doesn't seem real.
No.
It seems very surreal.
It does. It
It
does.
seems like
It does.
it's going to take a long time before we reference this as something that happened. Like,
Yes.
remember he got shot and killed? Oh, yeah. Like right now, it just doesn't seem real. It
Cool.
seems so crazy that it's not registering.
It's not. No.
And I had the same thought process. I mean, it was on Wednesday, right? Today is Friday. And I still haven't been able to process it. Still haven't. And maybe, because a friend of mine, like, immediately I saw it, I just couldn't believe it. I started scrolling, and all my timeline on Instagram, on YouTube, my feed, I kept seeing that. I'm like, and I cried like I knew him. My sister has been the one consoling me. I was crying. Then I started asking myself, how am I crying this hard for somebody I don't even know? How is the family feeling? That was just what I said to myself, but I just couldn't hold it. I couldn't sleep. Couldn't sleep because I still couldn't believe it. When I finally believed that this was real, even when I saw photos of him or whatever to say he's gone, I still couldn't believe it until I saw the video of him arriving home. That's when I said, wait, that's his casket. It's him. It's real. It's real. I think yesterday I just silently prayed to God, like, God, let this not be real. Let this not be real. God can still do a miracle. That was what I just told myself. But it is real. But I still haven't been able to process it in my head. Charlie Kirk is no more. 31 years old. What did he do? What was his crime? Educating people, having conversations with people he doesn't agree with, educating young minds, preaching about Christ. Talking about Christ is faith. Because let's not even just talk about only the political aspect. His faith as a Christian. But yeah, people sort of think that if you don't agree with somebody, the next thing it has to result to violence. It doesn't. If you think that if you and somebody sort of have a disagreement and is resulting to violence, you need to check yourself. You need Jesus. You just ask for God to heal you. That is what you need. You need love in your heart. Because only people who love you would correct you. That's just the truth.
Is he a friend?
No, I met him once.
Okay.
I met him once at a gun range of all places.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. He was a nice guy when I met him.
Wow.
It's a fucked up time. People are so divided in this country. So divided. And there's so many people that love it. They love that we're divided and they profit off that division. And they stoke the fires. And they do it for their own profit. And it's so fucking gross. It's so gross. And to encourage this kind of thing is really one of the most horrific things that you could do after someone dies horribly like this, is celebrate.
It's
It should be a wake up call for everybody. Like, this is nuts.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is nuts.
No, it's unforgivable that to spend things like that, and because the people they're never thinking about is that person's family.
I think they just
Yes.
no. That's just like default with those. They gaslight you by default.
Right.
So immediately they try to
Yes.
find some reason why whatever the thing is that's in the news is someone else's fault.
Right. Of course.
It's just all gaslighting, and that's what they're paid to do. They're paid propagandists, masquerading as the news. So weird. Fuck.
No, it's a dark day.
Yeah,
It is.
it is. Well, two things is going to happen. Either people are going to realize how fucking insane this is, and we have to have a conversation about being able to have conversations,
Right.
or it's going to get a lot worse.
Yeah.
That's what's scary.
What's more
Scary. This could spark off some kind of a real violent conflict. You know, that guy had a lot of fans.
Yeah.
A lot
yeah.
of people loved that guy.
Yeah, I know.
And if they find out that he got killed for something that they vehemently oppose in the first place, it could send people over the edge.
It could. It could. Yeah. There's always that flashpoint moment in any,
Yeah.
in previous times like this.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
There's always that tipping point moment.
Like the Rodney King film.
Yep.
Right? Something.
Yep.
Just like that's it.
Yeah. This also highlights just a little bit of perspective, like how lucky Trump was.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like Charlie didn't get the benefit of a head turn or a couple of microns or millimeters or and it's just like wow, who decides that?
Yeah.
That is just there's this
The
thing
Trump thing is bananas.
Yeah, but they
then
talk
it just
about
clips his ear.
yeah, because he makes a reference to something.
Yeah.
and then
Yes,
it's just, yeah,
And then it
that's
clips his ear.
sudden
Where if
turn.
he didn't turn his head, he'd be dead. And it would have been on live on CNN.
That quick turn. And you want to know what's even mind blowing? And this is, I think lots of people sort of were like, his family was there, his kids were there. Do you know how traumatizing for those children to be for those children? See their dad. How traumatizing that would be. No one deserves that, not even your enemy. But yeah, I think I'm just. I told myself I wasn't going to talk about this. I don't know, for some reason. I just told myself I wasn't going to talk about this because in my head I'm like, no one's going to listen. No one's going to listen. What do I have to say? But I just want to talk about this because regardless, I still believe everybody deserves a fair chance to be heard, whether you agree with them or not. But time and time again, people still try to prove to you that they don't care. They don't care. And this is my word out there. For those celebrating the demise or the assassination of Charlie Kirk, find Jesus. Find Jesus. That's all you need. And no, you don't have to always agree with what somebody have got to say. It doesn't mean hate. Even if it means hate, you don't have to reciprocate hate for hate. You can be the bigger person and reciprocate love. That just goes to tell you that you're a better person. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. May you find peace in the bosom of the Lord. And may God send comforter to your family at this time, this grieving time. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, obviously. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.